Today marks the beginning of an extraordinary journey, one illuminated by the enduring teachings of Stoicism. The eminent Stoic sage Epictetus once remarked, "We are endowed with 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we may listen more than we speak." This sage advice lays the foundation for our quest as we venture into the mysterious realm of stillness and its influential role within Stoic thought. In this discussion, we delve beyond mere silence. We examine how silence can be masterfully employed as a tactical instrument, a bastion of fortitude, and a conduit to deep-seated insight. Together, let's traverse the landscape of the 10 transformative characteristics of the reticent, uncovering the ways in which quietude can serve as a formidable element in our existence. Silence, from a Stoic perspective, transcends the mere lack of words. It is an intentional, significant manifestation of sagacity. Stoic intellectuals, such as Seneca, acknowledge the substantial significance and impact that silence has on our social exchanges and life decisions. It serves as a reflective surface, casting back the profound layers of our essence and aspirations. As we absorb the lessons of Stoic philosophy, we recognize that genuine intellect and enlightenment are not discovered in a profusion of utterances, but in the considerate and intentional decision of when to voice our thoughts and when to adopt the articulate grace of silence. Number 1. Silence creates confusion for opponents. In the intricate dance of human interaction, words are often wielded like swords, cutting through the air with precision and intent. Yet, there exists a weapon perhaps even more potent in its subtlety and impact: silence. Within the philosophical framework of Stoicism, silence transcends mere absence of speech. It becomes a strategic tool, a deliberate choice that can disorient and unsettle opponents, leaving them adrift in a sea of uncertainty. Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes control over one's reactions and the pursuit of virtue, regards silence not as a passive state, but as an active engagement. By choosing silence, the Stoic practitioner exerts control over the conversation, dictating the pace and flow without uttering a single word. This silence can create a vacuum, a space where opponents' expectations are thwarted and their strategies are thrown into disarray. When faced with silence, opponents are often left grappling for a foothold, a sign or a signal to gauge the next move. The absence of verbal cues leads to an internal turmoil, a confusion that can cause doubt and hesitation. This psychological disorientation is the Stoic's ally, a subtle form of psychological warfare that can tip the scales in their favor without confrontation. Silence, in its essence, is a form of communication that speaks volumes. It can convey confidence, indifference, or contemplation. In the heat of debate or negotiation, silence can be a statement of authority, a declaration that one is unfazed by the opponent's words. It is a testament to the Stoic belief that not all thoughts warrant expression and that true power often lies in restraint. In embracing silence, the Stoic finds a companion in the quest for equanimity and wisdom. It is a reminder that in the cacophony of life, the quietest moments often hold the greatest potential for impact. For those who master the art of Stoic silence, the battlefield of discourse becomes a place of strategic triumph, where confusion is sown in the minds of opponents and victory is secured not with a barrage of words, but with the profound eloquence of silence. Number 2, eliminate distractions. In a world teeming with incessant noise, the Stoic philosophy offers a sanctuary of silence. Stoicism, an ancient Hellenistic philosophy, teaches the art of living in harmony with nature and oneself. One of its core tenets is the elimination of distractions through the practice of silence. By embracing silence, Stoics are able to cut through the cacophony of life's distractions and achieve a state of focused tranquility. For Stoics, silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is the presence of an intentional space. It is a deliberate choice to disengage from the noise that vies for our attention and to engage with the inner self. In this space, the mind is free to reflect, to ponder, and to grow without the interference of external chaos. The practice of silence allows for an uncluttered mind. When we silence the outer world, we are no longer pulled in multiple directions by competing stimuli. The Stoic uses this quietude to focus on what truly matters, aligning thoughts and actions with the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. In silence, the Stoic finds freedom. Freedom from the relentless barrage of information, opinions, and expectations that society imposes. This freedom is not an escape, but a reclamation of the self. It is the power to choose where to direct one's energy and attention. By eliminating distractions, the Stoic cultivates a focused life. Each moment becomes an opportunity for presence and purpose. Tasks are approached with clarity and intention, and decisions are made with deliberation and insight. The Stoic path of silence is a journey towards virtue. It is a reminder that in the quietest moments, we can find the loudest truths. By eliminating distractions, we open ourselves to a world of focused potential, where the mind is free to explore the depths of wisdom and the heights of human possibility. Number 3, silence attracts attention. In a world where everyone seems to be shouting to be heard, silence stands out as a powerful beacon. It's a paradox that has intrigued philosophers and strategists alike. The less you speak, the more weight your words carry. Silence, in its purest form, is an invitation, a subtle beckoning that piques curiosity and draws people closer, eager to hear the whispers of the unspoken. Silence is magnetic. It creates a space that is both empty and full of potential. In the absence of words, people are drawn to the promise of something valuable, something worth waiting for. This anticipation builds a powerful attraction as listeners lean in, captivated by the possibility of what might be said. In the economy of communication, words are the currency. When spent sparingly, they become more precious. A person who speaks less often is like a miser, hoarding their words until they increase in value. When they finally choose to speak, each word is laden with significance, and their message resonates with a deeper impact. Curiosity is a natural human instinct, and silence feeds it. When someone is consistently silent, others become curious about their thoughts and opinions. This curiosity can elevate the silent individual's perceived wisdom and importance as people project their own interpretations onto the silence. Silence is not just about the absence of noise. It's about the strategic use of pause. In conversation, a well-timed pause can emphasize a point, allow a message to sink in, or invite reflection. It's a tool that, when used effectively, can enhance communication and leave a lasting impression. Embracing silence is an art. It requires confidence and self-assurance. It's a statement that you are comfortable with your thoughts and do not need constant validation through chatter. In the end, silence can be one of the most eloquent forms of communication, attracting attention not through volume, but through the profound depth of its quietude. Number 4, silence builds strength. In the Stoic view of the world, silence is not an empty void but a space brimming with potential and power. It is a testament to self-control and a reflection of inner fortitude. Stoicism, a philosophy that values virtue and wisdom above all, teaches that silence is not a sign of weakness but a symbol of strength. It is the mark of a person who has mastered the art of holding their tongue and choosing their words with deliberate intention. The strength that comes from silence is rooted in restraint. It is easy to react, to give in to the impulse to speak without thought. However, it takes a strong individual to resist this urge, to process their thoughts, and to speak only when it adds value to the silence. This restraint is a form of discipline, a Stoic practice that strengthens the mind and spirit. Silence allows for reflection, a crucial component of Stoic philosophy. In the quiet moments, one can examine their thoughts, align them with their values, and ensure that when they do speak, it is with wisdom and clarity. This reflective power is a source of strength, as it fosters a deep understanding of oneself and the world. There is a certain dignity in choosing silence over speech. To the Stoics, every word should be weighed for its truth, its necessity, and its kindness. By holding back words that do not meet these criteria, one maintains their dignity and composure, even in the face of provocation or adversity. When a person is known for their measured speech, their words carry more influence. They become a person of impact, whose opinions are sought after and respected. This influence is a form of strength, as it allows one to lead and inspire others through the power of their presence and the wisdom of their words. Embracing silence is to embrace the strength within. It is to understand that true power lies not in the quantity of words spoken, but in the quality of the thoughts they convey. In the Stoic journey towards virtue, silence is a companion, a teacher, and a source of unyielding strength. Number 5. Freedom from pride or arrogance. In the serene gardens of Stoic philosophy, where the virtues of wisdom and temperance bloom, there lies a path less trodden, the path of silence. It is here that the Stoic mind finds solace from the clamorous parade of pride and the insidious whispers of arrogance. For the Stoic, silence is not merely a lack of sound. It is a fortress of humility, a sanctuary where the soul is freed from the shackles of ego. Humility, in the Stoic sense, is the recognition of one's place in the grand tapestry of existence. It is an understanding that the self is but a thread among many, no more important than the rest. This perspective keeps the Stoic grounded, preventing the ascent of pride which often leads to a fall. Silence serves as a shield against the arrows of arrogance. In choosing to remain silent, the Stoic denies the ego its stage and audience. There is no boasting of achievements, no loud declarations of superiority. Instead, there is a quiet confidence, a serene acknowledgement of one's abilities and limitations. There is an inherent modesty in the unspoken. Words are powerful, and when wielded with arrogance, they can build walls between individuals. Silence, on the other hand, builds bridges. It allows for a connection that is not marred by the need to assert dominance or proclaim one's worth. Letting go of pride and arrogance is liberating. It frees the Stoic from the exhausting pursuit of validation and the fear of being overshadowed. In silence, there is an acceptance of oneself and others, a peaceful coexistence that is not disturbed by the tumult of ego. The Stoic triumph over pride and arrogance is a quiet one. It does not boast of its victories, for that would defeat its purpose. Instead, it rests in the knowledge that true strength lies in the ability to be humble, to listen, and to learn. In the end, the Stoic silence is a profound statement of freedom, a freedom that comes from the courage to embrace humility. Number 6. Silence in negotiations. In the intricate ballet of negotiation, where every gesture and word is laden with meaning, there exists a silent player that often goes unnoticed: silence itself. Far from being a passive participant, silence can be a powerful ally in the negotiator's arsenal. It is a tool that, when wielded with precision, can give you time to think and apply pressure on the other party, often leading them to reveal more than they intended. Silence in negotiations is the strategic pause, the breath between notes that gives the melody its shape. It is the moment of reflection that allows for the assimilation of information and the formulation of a response. This pause can unsettle the other party, as human nature abhors a vacuum and rushes to fill it, sometimes with concessions or information that can tilt the balance in your favor. The pressure exerted by silence is subtle yet profound. In the absence of a verbal response, the other party may question their position, wonder about your next move, or doubt the strength of their arguments. This uncertainty can lead them to offer more favorable terms in an attempt to break the silence and regain a sense of control. Contrary to some beliefs, silence is not a sign of weakness but a demonstration of strength. It shows that you are not easily swayed by pressure or hurried into making a decision. Silence conveys confidence and self-assuredness, qualities that are respected in the realm of negotiation. Silence is also an opportunity for active listening. By quieting your own voice, you can better hear and understand the other party's perspective. This understanding can provide valuable insights into their motivations and interests, which can be leveraged to craft a more compelling counteroffer. Mastering the use of silence in negotiations is an art. It requires patience, emotional intelligence, and a keen understanding of human behavior. Those who learn to embrace silence as a strategic tool discover its power to transform negotiations, turning what is unspoken into a language of its own, a language that speaks volumes without uttering a single word. Number 7. The Power of Silence, a Stoic Story. In the annals of history, there are countless tales of valor, wisdom, and strength. Yet, among these, the stories that often resonate the most are those that speak of the unspoken, the power of silence. Let us delve into a parable from the Stoic tradition that encapsulates this very essence. The tale of Cato and the tyrant. In ancient Rome, there lived a Stoic philosopher named Cato. He was known for his unwavering commitment to virtue and his ability to remain composed under the most trying circumstances. Cato's reputation for wisdom and his influence in the Senate made him a target for those who sought power through less honorable means. One day, a tyrant seized control of Rome and summoned the Senate. He demanded their allegiance and sought to intimidate them into submission. One by one, the senators spoke, some with veiled fear, others with feigned praise for the new ruler. All except Cato. Cato remained silent, his gaze steady, his demeanor calm. The tyrant, unaccustomed to such defiance, grew increasingly agitated. He demanded Cato to speak, to declare his loyalty. Yet, Cato remained silent. The tyrant's frustration turned to rage, and he threatened Cato with exile, with the loss of his wealth, and even with death. Still, Cato did not utter a word. His silence was his protest, his strength, and his shield. As the hours passed, the tyrant's anger gave way to unease. Cato's silence had become a mirror, reflecting the tyrant's own insecurities and the hollowness of his power. The other senators, inspired by Cato's resolve, began to find their own courage. The tide of fear receded, and the tyrant's grip on power weakened. In the end, it was not a speech that undid the tyrant, but the profound silence of a Stoic philosopher. Cato's silence had spoken louder than any words could. It was a testament to the Stoic belief that sometimes the greatest strength lies not in what is said, but in what is left unspoken. The story of Cato and the tyrant is a timeless reminder of the power of silence. It teaches us that silence can be a fortress, a form of resistance, and a source of strength. In the face of adversity, the Stoic finds power not in the clamor of words, but in the quiet resolve of silence. Number 8. The Art of Deep Listening. In the quietude of the Stoic mind, there lies a profound skill that transcends the mere absence of speech. It is the art of deep listening. For the Stoics, silence is not simply a lack of words. It is an active, full-bodied engagement with the present moment and the person speaking. It is the practice of being wholly present and fully absorbing the essence of what is being conveyed. The Stoic listener is an active participant in the conversation, even in silence. They listen not just with their ears, but with their entire being. They observe body language, tone, and the unspoken emotions that weave through the words. This deep listening allows the Stoic to understand not just the message, but the messenger. Deep listening is about presence. It is about setting aside one's own thoughts, judgments, and preconceptions to truly hear what is being said. The Stoic practices this presence as a form of respect and as a pathway to insight. In the space of silence, they find clarity and connection. The art of deep listening involves absorbing more than just words. It is about understanding the context, the subtext, and the nuances that words alone cannot convey. The Stoic listener seeks to comprehend the whole picture, to grasp the essence of the message in its entirety. For the Stoic, deep listening is a virtue. It is an expression of empathy and an acknowledgement of the value of another's perspective. By truly listening, the Stoic honors the speaker and fosters a bond of mutual respect and understanding. The Stoic art of deep listening is a powerful form of silent engagement. It is a practice that enriches both the listener and the speaker, creating a dialogue that is more than the sum of its parts. In the end, The Stoic silence is not an empty void but a vessel filled with the power of understanding and the beauty of connection. Number 9. The art of reflective wisdom. In the tranquil halls of Stoic thought, reflective wisdom holds a place of honor. It is the art of turning inwards, of using silence not as a void but as a canvas for introspection and the cultivation of profound insights. Stoicism, with its roots deep in the pursuit of virtue and understanding, encourages this reflective wisdom as a means to personal growth and enlightenment. Silence is the fertile soil in which the seeds of wisdom are sown. It is in the quiet moments of reflection that the mind can delve beyond the surface of things, exploring the depths of experience and understanding. For the Stoic, silence is a sanctuary where the noise of the world is hushed and the whispers of wisdom can be heard. Reflective wisdom is born from introspection, the inner dialogue that questions, ponders, and learns. It is a conversation with oneself, where thoughts are examined, beliefs are challenged, and knowledge is refined. This process is a hallmark of Stoic practice, where the goal is not to accumulate information, but to distill truth from the essence of one's experiences. Insight does not come unbidden. It must be cultivated with intention and patience. Silence provides the space for this cultivation, allowing the Stoic to observe the patterns of their thoughts and the nature of their reactions. Through this observation, insights emerge, sometimes slowly, like the dawn, and sometimes suddenly, like a flash of lightning. The journey of reflective wisdom is a lifelong one. Each silent moment is a step on the path, each insight a milestone. The Stoic embraces this journey, knowing that with each step, they come closer to the ideal of the wise person, one who understands not only the world but also themselves. The art of reflective wisdom is a quiet quest, a pursuit that takes place in the stillness of the mind. It is a quest that the Stoic undertakes with joy, for they know that in the silence lies the key to the deepest understanding. In the end, reflective wisdom is not just about finding answers. It is about learning to ask the right questions. Number 10. Resilience and adversity. In the Stoic philosophy, resilience is not just a reaction to adversity. It is a proactive stance, a fortress built within the self, brick by brick, through the practice of silence. Stoicism teaches that silence is more than the absence of sound. It is a state of calm, a demeanor that can withstand the storms of fortune and the trials of life. It is in this quietude that one finds the strength to endure, to persist, and to emerge unscathed. Resilience, according to Stoic thought, is founded on the principle of accepting what cannot be changed and focusing on what can be. Silence is the medium through which this acceptance is cultivated. In the stillness of the mind, the Stoic reflects on the nature of adversity, recognizing it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Adversity often brings noise, the noise of chaos, fear, and uncertainty. A calm and silent demeanor acts as a shield against this cacophony. It allows the Stoic to remain centered and composed, to think clearly, and to act with purpose. This tranquility is not a passive state but an active choice, a declaration of control over one's inner world. In the face of challenges, silence is a source of power for the Stoic. It is a reminder that one's spirit cannot be perturbed by external events. By maintaining a silent composure, the Stoic demonstrates resilience, showing that they are not easily swayed by the tides of fortune. The Stoic's triumph over adversity is a quiet one. It does not boast of its victories or lament its struggles. Instead, it rests in the knowledge that true strength lies in the ability to remain tranquil, to learn from hardship, and to continue forward with a serene heart. Stoic resilience in adversity is about embracing the silence within. It is about finding peace amidst turmoil and strength in stillness. For the Stoic, silence is not just a strategy. It is a way of life, a life lived with dignity, courage, and an unwavering commitment to tranquility.